How many Saturday bucks are going to the prize wheel? This number's not going up, so none. I can't afford one. It's 35% off. I just spent all my money on Gundam TCG. I'm out. It makes me laugh because I was looking, what was I looking at the other day? I think it was guitars. I was looking at like prices of guitars and stuff like that. And ultimately, guitars are quite expensive. But then I was like looking at a guitar and I was looking at like someone selling an army of 40k. And I was like, holy fuck, why is it so expensive? Why is a 40k army like well, I was looking at a heresy army actually. And it was like £2,000. And I was like, I was looking at this guitar at like 250 quid. I was like, fucking hell, if I played a different hobby, I'd be able to afford it. You can get a nice guitar for 2k. Yeah, you get a nice guitar for a couple hundred quid. There was something else. I think it was guitars. There's something else I was looking at. I was like, holy shit, I'm in the wrong hobby. Like you have an existential crisis about the cost of the hobby. I was. And then I was thinking about all the stuff I've bought and all the stuff I've got and all the stuff I'm planning to buy. And I was like, so it's like you have a wedding to pay for. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm engaged. I would love to get married. We just can't afford it. We can't afford a marriage right now, a wedding. Because no one's super chatting. How many Warhammer armies for a house deposit? Not many. Not many Warhammer armies for a house deposit. I don't have a house either. But I was just looking at it. I was just thinking about it. I was like, fucking hell, Warhammer is so expensive. Like, not just like Warhammer is expensive, but I was like, Warhammer is so the second-hand market for Warhammer is crazy. It's several days till payday. You're getting nothing. Can't you Klarna it? Don't do that. Guys, why don't you do PayPal Pain 3 for super chats? Why have you none of you real fans? Me and George were talking about it the other day. We've talking to like friends and stuff who got married and stuff. And it's like, ugh. The amount people are spending on weddings is actually wild. You could buy 20 Horus Heresy armies for one wedding. It's actually a bit fucking crazy just how much people are going out and spending. I got married for $150. I mean, yeah, you can get married for basically nothing. You can do that. But it's just like, yeah, the amount of people I know, weddings I've been to, they've spent on them. I'm like, excuse me? I get married in 2 weeks. We are going to the City Hall and hiring a community hall for about £500 all in. Let's go! Well done, Matt. Proud of you. Fuck. Can we add Parent Wedding invitation to Parasocial tier? Get the Outpost to host and sponsor your wedding. I will ask Georgie if she wants to get married at the Outpost. I'm sure she'd be well known for that. Yeah, we were just talking about it. Like, I will not be spending like 20k on a wedding. I just can't afford it. One, I can't afford it. And two, I think that's ridiculous. I'll officiate. Daniel, no! Georgie will not let me get married at Outpost. I'll either be murdered or single. I mean, which one's worse? Probably both. But I am getting her to lean round to the idea of live streaming it. I am getting her to come round to the idea of live streaming the wedding. So maybe we'll end up live streaming it. Maybe we'll make it a membership tier to watch the wedding stream. Will there be a fire at this wedding? Another reason I need a second channel, because the fire wedding video never came out. A little wedding for my good friend Elliot. You might know Elliot. Here he is, looking very happy with his new wife. There's me, there's Elliot, there's his new wife, looking absolutely fantastic. But something very strange happened. There's some tables, you know, there's one here, there's one here, one here, one here. And then here, right, stage, okay? Stage, bride, groom. Beautiful. Now I am sat here, okay, around this area, Georgie, you know, and just for reference, fire escape is here, okay? Behind them, the decoration of the wedding, okay? So there's a big gold hoop like that, beautiful. You've never seen such a good hoop drawn on my MS Paint. You've got like a throw thing on it, like this. It's got a little knot here, and it goes like that. And then I'm not very good at drawing flowers, okay? But pretend these are flowers. Okay, all over here, there they are. All right, you get the idea. You've got the sash, you just saw it, look at it. It's like it's like you're there. Okay, it's like you've actually seen it. But just after we had dessert, a waitress comes in and eats shit, right? And by eats shit, walks in, handfuls of spoons for some reason, lands on the floor face down. All right, bam, eat shit. Obviously, being the Yorkshireman, in my head, I was trying to be polite right away, but I was like, she hit the ground with a loud thud, but it felt like unnatural. but also spoons everywhere. So everyone turns, she eats shit here. And I'm like, fuck, she's down. First day on the job at a wedding, Jesus Christ, right? And you think, chat, that's where the story would end. But then, as she gets up off the floor, she like goes into a side and pulls out a microphone and starts singing with a terrible, terrible fake American accent. And we're all confused. And we're like, why is the waitress starting to sing? And we're all like, all our eyes, because this is the boy table, okay? This is Elliot's friend's table, okay, down here. We're all having a look at the stage where Elliot is. And we're like, Elliot, what's going on? You know, like visually with our eyes, like, bro, what's going on? What's that? What's that doing? And Elliot's like, okay. And then he texts. I don't have the original picture, but I think he texts a image of Robert Baratheon looking very confused. Because obviously he was on the table at the top. Turns out it's not a waitress. Okay. She starts singing Taylor Swift. She was singing Taylor Swift covers. It turns out said waitress with the spoons is a Taylor Swift impersonator. Chat, it gets weirder. We see the mother of the bride, again, looking beautiful, goes up to stage, okay, gets out of her chair, goes up onto the stage. And to paraphrase, because I didn't hear this, I was told after the situation, she said, I bet you weren't expecting this, were you? You thought it was already strange. This is where it goes crazy. As I mentioned, if you look at this beautiful picture, you have the hoop with all of the dry flowers, and also you might notice open fire because there's some lovely candles on the table. What happened next was mother of the bride spins around, does a about turn to leave the stage, you know, and goes to leave the stage. As she does, she knocks over the hula towards the fire. Giant gold hula with all of the dry flowers and the plastic sheets falls over towards the bride and groom over the back of their head. I'm Elliot, candle here. Flammable hazard falls from behind, lands on the candles, and they go up in flames in an instant, okay? This wasn't, oh God, the candles fell over. This was, holy shit, all of the dry flowers have gone up in a torch, in an inferno, straight away, because they're dry flowers, which is also really good tinder. But not only is it an inferno, it's attached to a hula hoop, which is kind of now lodged between Elliot and his chair and the inferno in front of them. So they were almost in a ring of flowers. A ring of flowers, a ring of fire. However, whilst all this was happening, I can now show you a picture of Taylor Swift impersonator 1 and mother of the bride holding the inferno after picking it up off the table. There's Taylor Swift, or Failer Biffed, as we called her. Into the fires of marriage and onto the apple of Swift. Elliot tried to save himself from Inferno. Mother of the bride who just knocked over the giant dry hula. Chat, it gets worse because once I realized no, everyone was safe, of course, I filmed it. As you can see, a small inferno with Taylor Swift singing in the background is real. I believe it's Love Story playing, okay? But also, this is my friend Tom.
My case, what?
As he throws me off for filming. Because as you can see, I'm not sure of both relation, but I said mother of the bride, also wearing a very fancy hat. Wearing a fancy hat, which I believe is probably very flammable. Look, I know what you're all thinking, Papaya Pride. No, that's not what happened, okay? I was actually shocked, okay? I was shocked and appalled at the situation. So I waited until I knew the entire building was safe. Only then did my phone come out the pocket and start filming. Hence, I only get the last bit. To all the single people out there, I'm sure Micah did not mean to suggest you'd be better off dead. No, I'm saying I would be murdered. I'm saying I would be strangled on a live stream as well. That's how bad it would be. Can we donate to read out messages at the wedding? Yeah. I feel like that is the only way we'd have to do it. I feel like there'd have to be a big speaker. Not like, you know, like, it's a boomer reference. They've done it in loads of TV shows. Do you know How I Met Your Mother with Marshall on the iPad? It'd be like this, but this would just be a YouTube chat. You know? It'd be this, but this would be a YouTube chat. Can't wait for wedding speeches being interrupted by, oh, Mikey, super chat £5. Can we send TTS while the whole ceremony is going on? Well, we're not doing it tomorrow. I'll give you more details when it happens, but hook up chat to VTuber. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking anyway. That's what I'm thinking. This will be this will be a live stream. I don't know who will run the stream, but we'll see. Imagine how busy super chats would be. Does anyone object to stage proceedings? You know what's funny as well is because if we wanted to do it properly and allow the super chats to have objections, we'd have to wait like 3 minutes. There'd have to be 3 minutes of potential silence, probably likely silence at this wedding, as me and Georgie have stood there and we're waiting for like the live stream to catch up and then the super chats to be typed out and more, and then the queue of them. So there'd be like 3 to 4 minutes of silence and then potential just racking up super chats. Hire the Taylor Swift impersonator to run the stream. Fire stream. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to afford to get married, chat, is if I live stream it and I have people allowed to super chat. You know what I mean? Because I just can't afford one otherwise. I've just had an existential crisis about how much Warhammer costs. I had to like do my notes to work out if I could afford a Gundam TCG box. You know what I mean? I was like, fucking, all right, if I move this here, withdraw this investment here, take this saving out here, owe myself this, Klarna paying 3 that. That was only 90 quid. You can wear that camera cradle for first person view. Yeah, nice. Just be looking at... I'm not going to continue what I'm going to say. Anyway,